another question that we often get is how do startups make it onto Republic? Or how do we source the opportunities, the investment opportunities that you all as investors have access to? So we wanted to take a second to provide a little bit of insight into the mystery behind the magic here. First thing that's important to note is that our interests and incentives as Republic are aligned with yours as an investor, meaning that Republic only earns a return when investors earn a return. And therefore, quality is at the forefront of everything that we do in terms of kind of our vetting and our sourcing and screening processes. We receive thousands of applications every single year. I think last year we received somewhere between 7,500 and 8,500 applications, but we accept less than 2% of those. And we kind of hypothesize that over time, taking this more curated strategy might help us lead to better success outcomes for investors and for us as Republic as an entity as well. So now we're going to dive a little bit deeper into how the companies actually make it onto Republic. The first step is really sourcing, and that's how we get in touch with the companies and the investment opportunities that sit on our platform. We source opportunities through a variety of different channels, including direct applications, which companies can do on our website. We also get in touch with companies through referrals, so whether that's venture capital firms, angels, high net worth individuals, or other founders who have raised on the platform and are now introducing other founders to Republic. Referrals are a really, really big source of opportunities for us. Another big source of opportunities is ecosystem partners. And these are really organizations that are helping to kind of support the startup ecosystem. And it kind of includes organizations like incubators, accelerators, venture capital firms again, and institutions. We've worked with tons of brand name organizations in this space, including 500 Startups, Techstars, UrbanX Accelerator, which is backed by Urbanus and BMW, and of course Y Combinator, which is a Silicon Valley legend. And the final channel is really through events, and that's kind of hitting the pavement, hitting the ground, and getting out there in front of different companies at events and conferences like TechCrunch Disrupt in San Francisco, CES in Las Vegas, Expo West, South by Southwest, you kind of name it. We also host our own events through our SheWorks platform, which is a community for female entrepreneurs and ecosystem partners there. But it's really about getting in front of different companies to educate them on Republic and get in contact. Once they do get in contact, the next step is to kind of do our research, and that's where we move into due diligence. It all starts with the pitch deck review. So we're kind of getting the overview of the opportunity and the offering. The opportunity and the company. We'll hop on various screening calls with the founders and stakeholders that are relevant to learn a little bit more about the company's past growth journey, where they're at now, and where they're looking to go. From there, we'll normally request different documents from them, financial documents, their capitalization table, and we'll go through a process of verification. We're really just doing our own independent research to verify the things that the company has told us and is saying in their deck and on these calls. With reality. Once that's done, we compile all of this information that we've gathered from this independent research, and we'll compile it into an investment memo, which we bring to our investment committee. And ultimately, our investment committee serves as the final decision maker as to which opportunities are able to raise on the platform and at what terms they're able to raise at. So those are the kind of the layers of screening. Once a company's gotten through that, the next step is to really kind of onboard, create, and get ready to launch. The main thing to note here is that all companies that would like to raise on Republic file a filing with the Securities and Exchange Commission, which is a governing body in the US that all companies need to work with if they'd like to raise capital from investors. From there, it's really just about creating a deal page and then working with our execution strategy team members like Ben to work on their strategy during the campaign. Here's a quick look at some of the companies that encompass the Republic investment universe. Oftentimes people ask, what types of companies have raised on the platform, or do you have a company in this industry or that industry? One thing that's important to note is that Republic as a platform is industry agnostic, and that's kind of illustrated by the different types of companies that you can see here and here. We've helped a little bit north of 150 companies raise over $40 million in just under 4 years, and we've done it across dozens of industries. The reason why we've taken this approach is because we understand that different investors are interested in different verticals and different sectors. So, one investor might be interested in ad tech, another might be interested in clean tech or CPG or drones. We rather than us, curating the industries that we provide and offer to you, we think it's better if we screen we screen opportunities for quality, and then we allow investors to make the decision as to what they'd like to invest in. So really here, it helps us cater to the wide variety of different investor tastes and appetites that exist out there, and also helps you guys, work towards creating a diversified portfolio of investment startups, whether it's by industry, sector, stage, the amount of money raised, or other factors. We'll later in the presentation, we'll touch on the benefits of diversification as a strategy, but just know that this is kind of at the forefront of what we're doing. And the last thing to note here is that we've worked with some of the most notable professional investors in this space, names like Corp Capital, Founders Fund, Union Square Ventures, Y Combinator, Lara Hippo, Bain Capital, and Techstars. And if you're not familiar with these names, I would encourage you to look them up and look at the companies that they've invested in. Oftentimes, they have invested in brand name opportunities and maybe some companies that you guys engage with or use on a day-to-day basis.